What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Hope everybody's doing well and swell this AM on April 3rd, 3424. And shout out to all you guys. And a lot of things going on, of course, but I'm gonna keep on beating the dead horse and on the the Eclipse talk, and the people that are seeing it, as in seeing like it's off, and other people how they view 2017, they come to realize that even in 2017, it wasn't a good thing, as well as knowing this one is a no-brainer to stay away from. Yeah, it's gonna, even if it's cloud cover. Honestly, the cloud cover makes it more dark. Okay, during eclipse, if there's clouds and the sun is eclipsed, you're talking really, really, really a lot of darkness. And so in my area, they're calling for clouds. So 500,000 people coming to Rochester to not see an eclipse is pretty wild in itself, you know. And you know, cloud cover would honestly be the best. Would be the best thing, you know. That way, people ain't looking up in this shit, you know. But it's the energy that's going into this, man. That is, you know, that people who believe in spirituality seem to forget, because with spirituality you have energy, frequency, vibration. I still to this day have not understood why people speak this but don't understand it and understand the concepts and workings of it. Understanding that a frequency and a vibration has an energy. All of those three, what makes them, you know, correlate together is they're all a basically a movement, a pulsation, you know, because energy, it is what it is. Its energy can be a multitude of things, but it's caused by frequencies and vibration and energy itself, you know. And it all has to do with movement, vibrations, right? Because vibration gives you energy, right? And vibration also gives you frequency. So, you know, vibrations are very powerful. So, hold on one second. Oh no, I'm not on that phone. That's even better. And you know, so yeah, that's why I want to come back, make this video, because people think, oh, you know, somebody said, oh, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, and everybody's up in our what? I mean, energy, frequency, vibration is everlasting. It's eternity, right? Everything, energy never dies. Also, the physical can happen in an instant. Like you can die physically in an instant. You are birthed in an instant. Things happen in an instant. So 4 minutes to 3 minutes is an eternity for entities to be entities and energy, which is just energy, being pulled into this earth realm. Point blank, period. You know. Yeah, I mean you're right. You know. What happened? Let me see something. Wait, what the fuck? Oh shit. Wait, what? Damn. I'm gonna swallow the building. Uh-oh. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, I just busted through the concrete. Shit, always something. Yeah, Taiwan get hit by a an earthquake. But one thing about earthquakes in Taiwan is they are common. So, you know, talk to my stepdaughter yesterday in Taiwan. She's good. They were outside, like nothing, like it was nothing. You know, it happens. It's something that's common, and I mean, the timing is crazy, and obviously, we already know what they do. You know, they have the capabilities with a lot of nitrate and shit. The military has already did many drills, simulating tsunamis. Well, they're just showing you what they do. They put the megaton bomb in the ocean floor, burst it, it shakes the ground, causes a tsunami. I mean, it's just what they've been doing for years, you know? They've been doing it for a very, very long time. Okay? Very, very long time. They know how to shake the earth. All right. That's an easy one. I made a video years ago showing, this guy who used to play with firecrackers and in Russia, and he was demonstrating earthquakes, mini earthquakes, and mini tsunamis. And I'm like, yo, this is what the military does. And lo and behold, the military comes out. There was this one channel that showed, blasts, nuclear blasts, atomic bomb blasts or whatever. And all they are is megaton bombs. All right. I mean, it makes so much sense. Not to mention, you know, Vietnam and people that I know who had family and alive in Vietnam would say that they seen people torching, burning everything. And what they did is they just blew up some shit, burned it, and made it look like, oh, it's this crazy, atom bomb, right? I mean, hey, believe what you want to believe. Things are out there that you could decipher on your own. But yeah, Taiwan was a big earthquake, you know, but it's normal. And it didn't happen in Taipei City. It always happens in a low infrastructure area, you know. And you see the riffraff with China and all that. And you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go and get me some the just juice. You know anything? Hey, All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, back into the nuts and bolts. Um, I've broken down the eclipse by the word, because words have meaning, words have power, and we all know sometimes the truth lies in the words. And if you know the people who run and orchestrate our society, there's a reason why they choose words. And solar eclipse and totality, the path of totality you know is one of them. you know I'm breaking down the solar eclipse in a nutshell. Solar means sun. You're a part of the sun. All right. Eclipse means forsaken, right? um means forsaken. It means to darken. It means apart. It means, you know, what it means. So during a solar eclipse, that brief moment of time, you are cut off to your source energy, right? People can say, "Oh, you're still on the earth." No, 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 no. It's a warp in time. Honestly, it's a warp in time because if time revolves around the sun, moon, and stars, when they go in front of each other, that would offset time. Point blank period, it just would, because how if you look at how they calculate time with the sun and the moon, right? That's what they did. If it is next to the sun and then starts going in, not into the sun, but you know what I mean, in the path of the sun, that would off time. That would make time be off. 100%, it would. Even if you had a sundial, go look up and research sundial during eclipse. Go do the, like, I don't have time to make video after video after video, like making the videos though I could. I just put it out there. Y'all can research it yourself. People be like, "Oh man, you sound crazy." Somebody told me this morning that I sound like uh I've been what was a comment? And I'm like, what? Okay, it is what it is. So, um, but anyways, go look up sundial and eclipses, and you'll see that time gets off, even according to a sundial. All right. So what that means is, back to the whole meaning of the word. There's a brief moment in in our existence where you're cut off from all sun activity, sun rays, sun energy, solar energy, that you are what you're connected to. The word solar lets you know you're of the sun. Okay. And that's how we got the word soul, right? All these loving lighters and shit be talking about our soul and this and that, all this soul, but don't understand shit will tell me, oh, it's nothing. It's a day to embrace. What? I'm gonna soak it up. What? Okay. Y'all, it's a false light out there that people are following, right? And it will become dim in due time, right? And then you'll see people like that out at a fucking protest, like, you know, doing all the weird wacko shit. You're like, wait, how'd they get them to do that? Well, they're all under the same energy, the same entities. All right, you see how they move all together. They move. I've been out at these protests, right? I've been out at them, documenting, watching, observing. I'm at the protest like a damn agent at agent, just doing what I do. What the hell? They got a special ambulance in this mother effer? Good God Almighty, you know. So, you know, um, the love and lighters and shit like that will say, "Oh, it's this and it's that, it's this," but it is by definition 0% illumination, right? Zero. Why is it 0% illumination? Well, because it's in front of the sun. One, right? And the sun is totally blocked. Sun is totally blocked, and they're like, oh no, it's not, because there's a ring and there's a corona. That is not coming into you. All right, that's not coming into you. Okay, there is no energy coming into you from that. You're totally blocked off. All right, and this is where you get the black sun symbolism. About even all the old Hollywood songs. I think it was Wise that showed that video, the Black Sun. I think it was David Bowie or somebody else. The Black Sun. And they're like, oh, come to me and no blacks or whatever. That's what these motherfuckers are talking about. During these events, they're sucking in entities. These entities embody bodies. They need a seat, right, in a house to sit in. And this is why you've seen over the years, since 2017, them able to do all these different things, and you wonder why. Because people have embodied a certain entity and a certain energy, right? Because people don't have the true light in them to ward off, to reflect, to deflect it. There's a lot of people running around here, truthers and love and lighters and shit, that have embodied the false light, right? That embodied it. I've embodied that shit for a short, for some time. I've embodied it. But that light is strong, man, and it'll warn you off as long as you listen to it. This is why I'm coming with the way I'm coming at it. People could take heed to it. Oh, right after they'll be like, oh, nothing happened. I'm like, it was nothing supposed to happen that you can see. It's what that unseen that you're going to start seeing and know, and the uptick. And when you wonder how these people are doing this, how the fuck can they say this? How could they switch up? We've seen that already with Mr. 19. How can people switch up? Oh, I ain't doing this and I'm never going to do that. And they all did it. They all walked in. They did this. They did that. They wore a diaper. They all conformed. That ain't a motherfucker with no light. The motherfuckers with light was like, nah, fuck all the shit y'all talking about. We ain't playing your game. We're not playing your game. Fuck that. I sat out there with nurses who wasn't playing the game. They wasn't playing. It was in their heart. You could see it, feel it, and understand it. They were like, I don't care. My life comes first. What I believe in comes first. I don't give a damn if they were rooted in Christianity. They knew that shit was a no-no. Other people, though, saying, oh, yeah, they were saying all along, I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that. And, man, I ain't doing no experimental nothing. And they lined the fuck up. They were able to put this right here. Let me see if I can put it up, if I still got it. They put, maybe I don't have it. They put intentionally left blank. Again, they were able to do this shit right here. They were able to do that right there. How was they able to get away with that? How were they able to get away with that? That's the darkness that I'm talking about. The shit you can't see. When they bring entities in, the entities don't just float around and become like a shadow. Oh, look at that shadow. Or like, oh, there's little green demon running around, or this and that. It looks like, no, it looks like you and me. Okay? It looks like you and me. It's good, melanated with common sense. Mango 13. That's what it looks like. For people to be able to do this right here in this photo at these facilities, right? And together as groups of people agree, even if they didn't, they're like, some people probably like, man, this ain't right, but still did it anyway and continue to do it and then enforced it. We all seen the videos where people were like, nah, man, this ain't right, and tried to and they were enforced and called the police. Think of all the people that told you just to put a diaper on your creation, man. That is evil. That is the face of darkness. They telling you to cover your creation, cover your face. You walking into a store, just a random ass Hegler Degler, a person in your community and neighborhood's like, you need to have this on. And really, and enforce you and restrict you and stop you from doing what you're doing. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. It's going up a whole nother level after this eclipse. And people are going to be like, how? Why? Woo. Motherfucker, because these people ushered in energy, and there's a lot of weak motherfuckers and love and lighters and all these other fucking people and fake truthers, and they're able to do this shit. And then they'll be sounding like the truth, sounding like what you wanted, you want them to sound, and then here they go. Boom. All of a sudden you see a switch up. All of a sudden you see a change. You know? That's what you all of a sudden see. You know? Hold on one second, guys. That's what you're going to see. So, hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Yeah. All right, guys, give me 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. Damn, this shit's strong. All right, guys, sorry about that. So, back into it. I forgot what I was talking about. I got distracted. But the spiritual side of this whole eclipse is what is going to embody your family, friends, neighbor, significant other, kids, children, whatever. Okay. And remember, keep in mind, if they're bringing energy in, right? If they're bringing energies in, we know they got to go somewhere. We know they got to go inside people. Um, we know it goes into, you know, the levels of government. You know, it goes into the bodies of, you know, police, military, things in that nature. And whatever they use, you know, to manipulate that energy to turn on you, that's what's coming. That's the warning. That's the you know, the unforeseen, right? And then people are like, oh, how little old Eclipse, you know, coming through, how's it gonna do this? 2017 they had an eclipse. From 2017 to 2020, 3 years, look what they were able to do. Okay. How were they able to pull that off only to come out and say, eh, just go back to normal and live like the flu after all that they did? How did they pull that off? And nobody bats an eye. Nobody, I mean, the amount of, I lost my mother. I know a lot of people that have lost a lot of other people. How can they come out here? Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Y'all can hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. I know there's a delay. Is anybody on here? Okay. Thanks, guys. Shit, I lost my train of thought again. Again, how are they able to pull that off? Right? I think that's what I was saying. You know, how were they able to do all that and then come out and say it was just, you know, and nobody, you don't hear a peep. And then to look back in history with eclipses, there was world wars. Well, world wars has to do with killing and accepting. Killing and accepting. When none of that shouldn't even be accepted, let alone happening. How are they doing this? Could it be they usher in energy and entities, and then when it gets and embodies somebody, they don't even know. There is no right and wrong. It's do what you're being told to. You know, hypnosis is a real thing, right? A lot of people talk about MK mind control, but hypnosis, that's even worse because people are walking around here hypnotized and don't even know it. That's a form of hypnosis, right? These are forms of hypnosis. You know, when we were asleep, we were hypnotized, right? We were hypnotized. That's what we was. All right. That's what we were. We were hypnotized. All right. Now, what is hypnotized? The etymology of the word, right, is hypnotic. And they call, you know, hypnotized comes from the word hypnotic, right? Or hypnotized with an S. There's many different spellings. But this was in the 1600s, right? Hypnotic. Of drugs inducing sleep, right? Inclined to sleep. soporific. Inclined to sleep, putting to sleep, sleeping, right? Sleep, a trance, an induced trance, right? Hypnotize, hypnotism, hypnotist, right? The works by hypnotism pioneer Dr. James Braid, right? I mean, the word hypnotize is a fairly new word, okay? We're talking 1843, right? By James Braid. He coined that term, hypnotize. So, um, so yeah, hypnotism is real, okay? And a lot of people are in a walking, sleeping state as we, right now as we speak. People are in a walking, sleeping trance, you know? They're not awake to what's happening around them. They're not aware, you know? And being awake is actually awakening out of this sleep every day, you know? Because what is sleep? I mean, we go into the word sleep. And word, that's why I always go into the words, because words are powerful and a lot of people don't even know, right? Just like with the eclipse. They're letting you know what the eclipse is doing, but people can't see it. People don't want to, understand it, right? Now, the word sleep itself doesn't mean lay down and go to sleep, all right? It's part of it. But sleep just simply, sleep just simply means to be or fall asleep, we know that, lie or remain dormant or inactive, okay? To sleep, to be weak, sleep, right? Be slack, be languid, right? Think about that. Sleep noun, state of quiescence, state of quiescence. I don't even know what that word is, I'll be honest. A voluntary and conscious function, right? State of, I think it means conscious. Maybe they just spelled it wrong in this app, because it's QUIE sense. So that just looks like conscience. Of voluntary and conscious functions. Sleepness, inactivity, right? So think about that, right? That's what sleep means. It doesn't mean you lay down and go to sleep. So people are hypnotized, right? Hypnotic means an induced sleep. Well, something induced people to be sleeping, being inactive, being dormant, right? That's what the average human being is. It's a sleep person. They're a dormant. Their spirit, their soul, their light is inactive, right? It's not activated. So therefore, when something is asleep, you can take it over. Point blank, period. When something's sleeping, you can take it over. This is why, people are susceptible to things when they're asleep, and things could attack them while they're sleeping. Well, because they're open, they're laying dormant, right? They're open. Their spirit is open. People, I'm having trouble sleeping. Well, you know why? It's because something is awakening your spirit, because there's something in our existence, in our realms, that is trying to enter you, and you have this alert system that awakens you out of that deep sleep. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to understand, and it's understanding, researching things, understanding the mind, the body, the spirit, not what they've told us, right? Use what they've told us and see, okay, well, why did they tell us this shit? That's what I always do. And you always can find an answer. Like, why do they tell us this stuff? Why do they do that? And then ask, why would they want to? And then always remember, you're a spiritual being, right? You know, you're a spiritual being. So, yeah, man, I think I'm still gonna see it. Hey, listen, do you? I'm just telling you. Do you do what you want to do? This is just a fair warning. Go absorb that darkness. I mean, it's all up to y'all. I stay far away from it. Far, 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 far away. And if something leaches into your life and manifests itself a year, a month, 2 years later, and you be like, you don't know how it happened, just let you know you opened yourself up for some dark entities to enter into your existence. And that's what I did in 2017. Facts. I already know I did. You know, and that's exactly why I never went back and watched the video. I never watched the videos. I don't even think I was able to upload. I didn't even upload them. I think I did them like the first day when I was there, but after that, I had so much video on the P900, so much video on a GoPro, but I never even went back and looked at them. I never even went back, even right after. I just had no will to, and now I can think about it, like, wow, it was like no will that made me want to look at it again or show it to anybody. You know, that's just, I look back now, I'm like, wow, this is why. You know, and like I said, people could do whatever they want, but people want to know hows and whys. I'm just breaking it down, man. You know, there's a reason history, cultures said no, no, no to the eclipse. You know, they were like, nah, I'm good on. They're like, we're good. They were like, no, I'm good. You know, and to think about the world wars, how were people able to slaughter and kill that many people? They have to be under some darkness. Well, this is how you get people under darkness. You know, with darkness, like, I mean, it literally, shit is so much common sense. It's like not even. It's really like it's that simple. A day of darkness where day turns to dark, which the sun is the black sun. Just go research that, and they've been showing us in Hollywood for so many years. You ask yourself, what are they talking about? When darkness comes, do you realize that darkness comes? But well, there's dark every fucking night. What do you mean when darkness comes? Well, these are the instances when they come, you know? And look at the picture right here. All the people just gazing. I mean, smiling and shit for the false light, right? Think about it. Look, you can see the corona, right? We all know what the corona brought us, right? We all know how that shit lined up. The corona, no numbers needed, you know? Yeah. And that's another thing. Right in the news again, early this morning. Um, I'll get to that. But okay. In many ancient cultures, a solar eclipse was a sign of doom or destruction. Simple. They already knew it. It's a sign of doom or destruction, and history shows after and around eclipses in the United States, there was wars that were going to start and ending on eclipses. King Henry the First died on the eclipse. Okay, King Henry the First. Who the hell is King Henry related to? If you know the history of King Henry, I think it's the sixth or whatever. It's related to Donald Trump, guys. I mean, that's people already know that. And then you got Richard, you got King Henry the Second, King Henry the Third, King Henry the Fourth. You got Richard, you got John. All these kings in England. Okay, I mean, so all this shit, man. It's all kinds of sign, man. you know. So, all right, now you had the Chinese culture. I already told you all about that. It's some of the oldest, you know, oldest in the world, the records, right? And they used to say, um, simply state the sun has been eaten, right? To frighten away the dragon, right? This is Chinese culture. And save the sun, people would bang drums and make loud noises during eclipses. Since the sun always returned after the ruckus making, it is easy to see how the tradition was perpetrated. Interestingly, it seems the ancient Chinese were not bothered by the lunar eclipses. All right. And one text from about 90 BCE dismissed them as a common matter. Now you get into the lunar versus solar, right? These are totally different things, right? A lunar eclipse, the moon is still visible. All right. A lot of us seen a lunar eclipse. All right. It's a big difference. And the Hindu mythology, right? They described it as um, a demon named Rahu sought to drink the nectar of gods and thus attain immortality, right? Disguised as a woman, Ra attempted to attend a banquet of the gods and was discovered by Vishnu. As punishment, the demon was promptly beheaded, and it depicted his head. Wait, and it is his depicted head flying across the sky that darkness that darkens the sun during an eclipse. Some versions say that Rahu was actually able to steal a sip of the nectar, but was beheaded for the elixir reached the chest of his body. His immortal head is perpetual pursuit of the sun. Is in perpetual pursuit of the sun. Sometimes catches catches and swallows it, but the sun quickly reappears as Rahu has no throat. That's really interesting when you go into energy and how they're talking about the nectar, right? Sip of the nectar. When it goes into understanding, workings of your body. Um, so there's a lot of more there's a lot of more things. You got Native American, you got West African, you got Egyptian, you got uh you know countries in Africa, um all these places. It was just all bad, man. you know Hold on one second, guys. So, all right, guys. So, all right, now you have the stuff going on in Israel, right? With Israel, in Israel. And the news this morning, was that um, uh, Solidarity Stand. There. Wait, hold on, no, not that one. This one right here. Nebuchadnezzar, Israeli attacks on Syria is a blatant violation of its sovereignty. Okay, this is why people need to know also. Okay, we're in a war already. It's already going on. They need the United States in this war. They need the energy of the people of the United States backing and in this war. When is it going to happen? I don't fucking know. Right? Exactly. Real rituals, not fucking news number garbage rituals and all that stupid shit. Right? None of that. Right? But it's perfect days for real ass rituals. Okay? Real shit that we can't see, but we can feel it and we know. A lot of us ain't been able to sleep at all. And it does have to do with a lot of the equinox because it's a balance. All right. It's a balance. You know, that's been going on, which lets you be able to balance light and dark, see light and dark, understand light and dark. It's been a balance. This is why a lot of people have not been able to sleep. And these people are conjuring and manipulating and trying to manipulate this reality. You know, this conversation ain't for the love and light because everything to them is about love and light, and there is no bad. It's all good. Just be in your energy and just, somebody said eat fucking beans and shit. I don't fucking know. I'm not with all that. You know, I'm not benign to the fact. That's just a whole nother religious belief, not understanding that Christians had a devout belief in history and Muslims, and they've been slaughtered while thinking that they were going to be saved by their fucking belief system. Not to mention Native Americans were wiped the fuck off the goddamn map. Okay. And what about all the spirituality that they held? What about all these other spiritual nations that were fucking just slaughtered, destroyed? It's real. It's really shit going on. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand this shit. I don't understand that love and life ideology. I don't get it. They don't understand about danger. Your body is equipped with a fight and flight response. That means it can sense and understand danger. It gives you the ability to react. It drips adrenaline and all kinds of other, energies into your body to understand that it's some shit about to pop off. And whether it's in your own personal life in a moment when you're in a situation, or to sense and feel that something is going the fuck on. But they just, no, that's, fear mongering, fear mongering, not understanding what is fear mongering. Like, seriously, what the fuck are you talking about? There is a lot of people fear mongering on the goddamn internet with all this other shit. I'm talking about the spiritual side of this shit. Spiritual. That's the perspective I come from. The spiritual side, you know. So anyway, Israeli attacks on Syria is a blatant violation of its sovereignty. And it reads, in New York yesterday, there was a United Nations meeting. Well, how many of us Americans knew about that? How many people knew about it? How many people knew in New York City at the United Nations, they were there to talk about Israeli terror attacks on Syrian territory? Flagrant violation of Syria's sovereignty and you don't know what those legal terms international look and start researching, understanding what we really live in. Because a lot of people don't even know what we live in. Okay. Nebuchadnezzar's remarks during UN Security Council session Tuesday, which would be yesterday. Nobody knew about it. There was no protests there. There was no CNN, Fox News, MSNBC reporting live from the United Nations on what the fuck is there. All right. Instead, motherfuckers are talking about all this other stupid shit going on. No, where are all the truthers at the United Nations? Where are they at? Where are all the truths going down to the United Nations? Where's the reporters at the UN? I don't know. It might have been it's New York City. I've been a couple. I don't know. But all I know, there was no news here telling the American fucking sheeple, right? And everybody else that there was a goddamn meeting yesterday on the Israeli attacks on Syrian territory, which constitute a flagrant violation. Like, it ain't even a violation; it's a flagrant. Like, it's undeniable. Like, why the fuck would you do that? And nobody gives a fuck. The Americans are doing this on the screen. Let me do this. Let me go like this. This is what Americans doing. This right here. Because it's time they bring in the energy, right? They rapture these motherfucking people with their false light. Boom. Now that them people got this energy, now when they see, oh my God, there's been a terror attack in the US. Oh my God, lock it down. Let's do it all. No, I'm turning to my neighbor. I see something, I'm saying something. Now you got these little motherfuckers running around every goddamn where. All right. This is the shit that I'm trying to relay to you guys. You guys understand. A lot of y'all understand, you know. So anyway, as reading on, the Russian Federation strongly condemns the ongoing Israeli airstrikes on the sovereign territory of Syria, viewing them as a gross violation of sovereignty and territorial integrity of that country. The Russian diplomat was quoted by Sputnik as saying at a meeting of the U.S. Security Council, "We believe such aggressive actions by Israel, which are designed to further inflame the conflict, are unacceptable and must be stopped," Netanyahu said. The diplomat called the international community to condemn these Israeli attacks that violate Syrian sovereignty. All right. And in the beginning, it says New York's Russian permanent representative to the United Nations, Vasily Nebenza, has renewed his country's condemnation of the Israel attacks on Syrian territory. All right. This condemnation, okay, they find them guilty. All right. Blanket. And they wanted to be judged in this international venue, which it always goes. You know how many fucking violations the United States and Israel has? All right. And then in another one, it says Russia says Zionist attacks on Syria constitute blatant violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. Same thing, another news station that's not in America at the United Nations. All right. At the United Nations. Where's everybody else? Oh, forgot. Oh, I forgot. New York City, April 3rd. They're there talking about this. Not one American is doing anything about it. Anything. Guys. And 4 weeks ago, right? 4 weeks ago in Cairo, Arab League Council stresses keenness on Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Because why? These motherfuckers are trying to take Damascus. They're trying to take Syria, take Damascus. That's why they're talking about sovereignty and territorial integrity. Right? So, the foreign ministers of the Arab countries affirmed their country's keenness on Syria's security, sovereignty, and territorial integrity, and rejected foreign interference in its affairs and any illegal military presence in its lands, stressing their support for Syria to restore the entire occupied Golan up to the June 4th, 1967 line. At the conclusion of its 161 regular session at the ministerial level at the League's headquarters in Cairo, with the participation of Syrian delegation headed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Ex Partes, Faisal Mikdad, the council adopted the resolution entitled "The Occupied Syrian Arab Golan," through which they affirm their support to Syria to restore Golan entirety, based on the relevant international references, stressing the invalidity and legitimacy of the Israeli occupation decision to impose its laws and jurisdiction on Golan, and rejecting the American decision regarding it. Think about that, man. This is what Israel is doing, right? Israeli occupation decisions to impose its laws and jurisdiction on Golan, right? And rejecting the American decisions regarding. The Arab foreign ministers also condemned the occupation practices in the occupied Golan, such as seizing agricultural lands, plundering natural resources, and depleting underground resources and water, stressing that these resources are exclusive ownership of the people of occupied Syrian Golan. The council expressed complete solidarity with Syria regarding the challenges it faces that affect its security and stability, and the serious violations it is exposed to that threaten its unity and stability and the lives of Syrian citizens. The resolution condemned the repeated Israeli attacks on Syrian territory, stressing its support for Syria exercising its right to defend the land and the people, and welcomed Syria's decision to extend the use of Bab el-Ha crossing until the middle of next July, to extend the opening of Bab el-Salaman and El-Ra border crossings until upcoming May 13th to facilitate delivering aid to northwestern Syria. The ongoing Israeli aggression against Gaza also attached great importance and focus to the discussions and the statements during the plenary session. Now, the United States wasn't here. Okay? The United States wasn't here. Where were they? Belarus condemns Israeli attacks on Iranian consulate building in Damascus. Now, the article I just read was from March 2024, March 7, 2024. They already going through attacks on there, and this is just another one. There's a war going on that Americans don't have a fucking clue about it. It's good rap samples. Gemini's Mastercon. You know? Shit, I mean, yeah. Think about it. That's a good man, shit. We all know that at some point we gotta bail from these lands. When that is, I don't know. But we all know we gotta abandon these lands. It is what it is, man. We gotta move out the way. So, that's the biggest news right now, is what's going on over there, because that's going to set up, when does America get totally involved in it? When does America get totally involved in this? They already are, but I'm talking about the American people totally involved in this. That's what I'm talking about, the American people. Which means war. So, anyways, back to, other things, back to the eclipse. Why is it so important to me to talk about it? It's because the energy. Why am I putting out a warning? Because of this energy. Because of experience that I can look back and say, you know what? Something entered into my family and was able to, break that up apart. I mean, everything happens for a reason, but I'm just saying, there was, I can look back now and say, man, it was some energy that was around, and I never could figure it out, but it was always something. It was always some kind of something. And now I look back, as I opened the door for that moment, for something to come in, and put my whole family at risk, trying to watch a fucking eclipse, dead center totality, so and just going back to the history of the eclipse, and it's nothing good in any culture, so they say that the Cherokees, they would make noise, they would make a lot of noise, But yeah, it's a lot of shit going on. So, but yeah, I mean, after I think people could do what they want after this. I just had to come out and just, the energy moves me to put out this message to tell people like, yo, just, stay clear from it, and then afterwards, observe, just observe and watch the uptick, the rapid uptick of the powers that shouldn't be start to push forward. You're gonna see an uptick, and you're gonna be like, wow, they got their black sun, they got their black sun charge, right? They got their black sun energy, you know. That's what they got. It's funny that, um hold on, dude. I told you it's a lot of that yeah, so shout out to all you guys. Hope y'all are doing well, and hope people are preparing, for I hope people are preparing for the times ahead. Um, who knows what it'll bring. We're in strange times. Um, we're in really strange time. And they got PMO running around this motherfucker. PMO is that demon face syndrome shit. That's rare, might increase, but another thing is, there's the biggest conspiracy theory is they're going to do a biological attack, and they're going to da da da, and then it's going to bring in disease X because it's making an X across the United States, and that's one of the biggest conspiracy theories. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, things could happen, okay, but why would they have to go through all that, to make it blatantly obvious and just do it? You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is, man. Um, um, sometimes King Charles, curiosity. You ever heard of curiosity killed the cat? You know what I mean? There's really nothing to. I mean, it's cool to see, but now it wasn't. I go back and look, it wasn't no cool shit to see. You know, I just haven't. I like being in dangerous situation. You know, like people are thrill seekers, right? Well, my thrill seeking is, and it's always been since I've been since I can remember. And I believe in my past life, I was some kind of warrior or some shit. I don't know. But I enjoy, like, there's people that, jump cliffs, skydive, flying airplanes. I can't do none of that shit. Scares the fuck out of me, you know? And they just like do shit that are daring and shit. Me, I've done shit that people are like, man, I don't see how you could have done that. Like, I love danger. Like, I like to be in things to experience stuff. Like, I've been in a lot of dangerous fucking situations, from breakdowns of civilization areas, kind of like search and rescue missions. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I've been in bad weather. A lot of different things, man. Even when I was young, like we had a huge ice storm here in Rochester, and I was a kid, and all I wanted to do was just, I was literally, me and my friend, we were just out, and trees were falling and crashing, and power lines were just everywhere. It was one of the most unbelievable things. It was like the one as an ice storm in Rochester. I think was it 91? I'm not sure. I can't remember what year, but I really enjoyed the dangerous shit. Power outages. Like, I wanted to be out and, like, you know, protests and like civil unrest. Like, I want to be out there, like, just documenting and just seeing and feeling the energies and shit, and whatever else hell I've been in and I forgot. When there's like something happening, like, I'm the one that's not panicking. Like, I'm like trying to help people and like figure it out. I was in a bus crash that was like crazy. It was even on CNN. You know what I'm saying? I was in a bus crash, and back in when it was 2017. And that was like, I look back at that, I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, that eclipse happened in 2017. So I'm like, yo, that's why I went back, man. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. A lot of fucked up shit happened. And I just like, I don't know, just something about it. But anyways, so yeah, so I mean, curiosity killed the cat. I would stay far the fuck away from it, but you can do what you want. So yeah, well, I mean, if you feel like it's something positive, man, go on to it, man. You know, go on to it. I mean, I could say, my life is better since 2017, but I'm just saying, do what you want to do, man. I'm just putting it out there, man. What comes to me. And when people can walk up to me and just reaffirm what I'm saying without even ever talking to them, 3 people have done that. And I'm like, yo, that's just the universe reflected off me. That's the right choice. You know what I'm saying? So, and they want you to run to it and got no, look at this and look at that. Nah, you gotta check and go, you know what? Maybe I don't need that. Remember, just it ain't nothing to just look up those words. The words have meanings, The words have meaning. Words have meaning. And it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, shit, everybody's doing good, you know. So, but, and everything bad that happens, you could take something good out of it, but just watch the people around you after this thing happens, because also once it crosses its path, now you got the new energy moon and you got the new sun. You got the new sun. It's not really a new sun, but there's something that happens there, and when it passes by, think about it. You got dark, and then you got light. So you could celebration. Live it up. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna be in fucking under the ground hiding somewhere. I'm gonna be dead in the motherfucking sun. So I'll be dead in it, and oh man. But just notice people around us already are changing. Demeanors are changing. Psychic is changing. Their psych mind is changing. All the energy in humans are changing. And you could see it. And you're like, man, you feel, as time goes on, you feel more connected with your spiritual brothers and sisters. But the ones that aren't, you feel more disconnection. And you'll see more things like, damn, like, why are people thinking like this? Like, why are they coming like this? Why? And you'll see, watch, I'll be coming live stream like, look, y'all see around, y'all feel it, y'all see it. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's exactly what I was talking about. Some shit you're not going to understand, put into words, but you'll be able to see it. And you'll be able to be like, how the fuck? Like, how we always think we've seen it all? And then we be like, how the fuck? We see and we think, we're like, how the hell? How are they able to do this? How are they what? How are people going for this? How are people putting up with that? I mean, just look at all the shit that the agendas that they're doing, like how? I've went to school board meetings and wondered why there's 1,500 kids in a school and only 30 parents show up that give a fuck about what's going on in school. That's alarming to me. How the fuck do they do that? How have they accomplished what they have accomplished? How the fuck were they able to do this? How were they able to do that? Right? To do this? How? How are they able to social distance a toilet and a motherfucker think that shit's normal? How are they able to do this shit? How? They made you do this. People forgot about this one. They made you do that. Like, what? And it wasn't them. It was you. It was you that made. Well, I said you was because nobody high horse fucking psychopathic society come there and stand at the door and tell you to do that shit. It was you that was you to do it. The TV. They came and told you, yeah, you can fold the shirt and put it over that fuck douchebag. What is his name is? Or the black dude that fucking the health fucking advisor, whoever the fuck he was, told you to wrap up a shirt and put it around your fucking face and shit. Yeah. People forgot. I ain't forget. Where that energy go? Well, the energy gotta come back. Energy got to come back. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. It goes up and it goes down. And it goes up and it goes down. Don't look at that cross the United States path. Look at the path of the eclipse and how it goes up and then it goes down. How's it goes up? It's a frequency. It's a frequency. It goes up, it's crossing from the south to the north, and then it goes down according to their fucked up ass maps, right? But that's what it's doing. They show it. Look beyond the United States. Look where the fucking eclipse goes. Look where it came from. It goes up and it goes down. Think about that, man. Just think about it. So it goes up, it goes down. So, you know, hold on one second, guys. Yeah, so yeah, it's a frequency. It's a frequency, this energy. So again, that's why I say they were able to do all this shit to you, and you did it to you. You know, wherever y'all was at, remember them telling you to put that shit on your face. Remember getting like, if you was like me who wasn't about this shit, you wasn't fucking around with this shit at all. You wasn't fucking with this energy. You know, remember getting followed around in the fucking store. You know, yo, you got to put it on. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Make me. Dial 911. First thing I ever said to anybody when I walked in, sir, I say dial 911 real loud. And I just go about my business doing whatever the fuck I want to do. All kind of videos posted showing y'all. Fuck what y'all talking about. It ain't happening. Sorry. Not today. You know, videos where I told them motherfuckers, go. You know, I was the one video, I wish I could upload it, where the fucking, I walk in, it had a sign on the store, please wear a fucking mask, right? I come in, it's a cop in there, you know, something happened. He ain't got one on. They telling me to put one on. I said, wait a minute, hold on. You telling me to wear one? Well, that word, the cop ain't got one. They're looking at me all stupid. I said, and I'm in here. That's not even a policy. That's you just supposed to encourage us. You ain't supposed to make us do nothing. Go look that shit up. Then they go get the cop. Cop comes up to me. Oh, I'm like, man, you ain't even got one on. How you gonna even talk to me? Man, he hightailed it up out of there real quick. I said, you don't even have one on. They're trying to tell me I got to put one. You don't got one on. That motherfucker hauled ass. Got in the cop car and he was out. You know? I wasn't playing with these people, man. I could have used a nice lawsuit. Shit. I wish one of them would put their hands on me. You know? Multiple stores, multiple places. You know? But all I saw was us doing it to each other. That's all I saw. Every one of us doing it to each other. There's a video, I'm going to post it later, of Taipei 101 and the earthquake. The motherfucking buildings. Hold on, let me see. My wife sent me the picture. The building's swaying like a motherfucker, man. Beautiful. It's got a stabilizer in the middle of it. And how their bridges are built, they're like, yo, it's crazy, man. Like, this happens in Taiwan all the time. All the time. It was crazy to call. We called her stepdaughter, and she was just out. Nothing like it ain't nothing. But they live in Taipei City. But they was just out like oh nothing. She said, "Oh, it was just scary." But she outside eating and just people just carrying on like it ain't nothing happened. You know. But you're gonna have all the conspiracy theorists and the Christians like, oh, it's the end times. Oh, look at this and this and this and that, and on this date and this and that and this and that. Fucking earthquakes happen all the time. They just want you to know about it because they want to put a perspective in it and have your mind going a certain way. That's all they doing. This shit happens all the time. It's a 7.4. They've had earthquakes like that before over there. All right. They know they always been told about the big one over there too. All right. They happen all the time over there. All right. I'm like, what? I'd be shitting bricks. I'd be shitting bricks. I'd be like, all right, I'm on the next plane out. This motherfucker, I can't handle this earth moving shit. Sorry. The only time the earth moves is on a fucking earthquake. I ain't ready for this shit. You know what I mean? That should have had me all fucked up. You know? So, you know. Well, I stick out like a sore thumb when I go into some places sometimes. And I'm always all over the place. So them motherfuckers fuck with me when I come in. They could just feel the fucking shit. They just know. Them demons, they know when I'm coming. That's why I just you gotta understand what you're dealing with, man. The eyes of the people when they were telling you to do that. The eyes they had, man. I look at eyeballs and I can see that demon. I'm like, yo, like what? I'm looking right in the eyes. All you can see is a fear, a body that has been taken over by fear, telling you its agenda, what you got to do. I seen the shit, man. I was out there and I was not locked down, guys. Y'all know that. I was everywhere, all over the fucking country. I wasn't locked down. I was a walking fucking, moving virus, you know, everywhere. I wasn't locked down. My family didn't have the lockdown. We didn't go through that. You know, they wasn't wearing no fucking mask. My kids wasn't wearing no goddamn mask. They don't have that trauma and the memories. They don't got that shit. You know, they ain't have to go to the indoctrination centers, and go through all that shit. Because long ago I knew this entity. I knew what the fuck they were doing. That's why, people come try to tell me shit. Nah, y'all ain't been through what I've been through to come out here and say what I'm saying. I've been through some shit to come tell y'all. I've seen shit. I've known shit was coming. I was pulling plugs and attachments all along the way. While I'm up here talking my shit, I'm pulling plugs, untangling myself from this fucked up ass web. You know? Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me one more second. Whoa! I wish I could have brought you. I'm at the barber shop. Wish I could have brought you in there. The demons be speaking, man. The word when I walk in, I hear him saying, uh, he was saying, I need to get me some of them glasses. And I'm like, what? Because I just had to use the bathroom. So I'm like, what? I know I didn't hear you just say that. I'm like, yo, the demons be just talking to me. He's like, man, shut up. You was in the 2017 because, man, you know, he's jokingly, but he's just, you know. So I'm like, it's crazy, man, how this energy works. I mean, it's crazy. Like that's that energy that's trying to tell me I'm stupid. And I'm talking about this on this stream right now. That's wild. But anyways, um, yeah, uh, where I was at. Yeah, the rain is, man, this rain. I'm tired of this dark. I'm tired of all this darkness and rain, but it is what it is. So, but again, never forget that they will pull all shit off. Okay, come out only, right. Well, this ain't working, but only to come out and tell you, we just gotta learn a little bit of. Yo, this is what I'm saying. Like, do you not understand? All right, what just happened and how they weakened you spiritually to accept. Give me a quick thumbs up. I don't know if it's still. It literally just cut me off, and it still looks like it's refreshing. But let me know if we're still live. Good now. It literally just cut me off. So yeah, I don't know what it heard and didn't hear. But yeah, they were able to energetically, spiritually bring us to what they've done. And when they go to the next one, how weak and susceptible are we to embody another energy? Think about that going forward, you know? And again, on the day, do I think anything is going to happen? Probably not. You know, nothing will happen. But it's a high, you know, the alerts are high, you know, as far as something actually happening. And then, you know, because a lot of people are gathering and it could be used for them to push a little narrative and to get some energy going. So, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm not saying, my spirit's saying, fuck yeah, something gonna happen. You know, something, it could be the minute littlest thing. You know, what the conspiracy world is talking about? No, I don't think that shit's happening. But could something happen? Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, yeah, but I'm saying no. But I'm the only thing I'm getting across is the spiritual side of it, the energy. That's it. That's the only thing I'm talking about is the after effects. And, don't say how. This is what they've done. And remember, that shit's going to be coming through the screens. Okay. That shit, what the energy is here. They can move energy through these screens. I mean, we got to know this. The TV's programmed us. Those are entities coming into us to program us, to keep us off balance, to learn. We had to learn to cut that shit off. It wasn't the TV. It ain't how the fuck is a box and some glass gonna affect you, man. They send entities, energy to you, man. In school, you were taught, right? You were taught things. You were lied to by entities, man. This shit is deep, man. It's deep. It's deep, guys. You know, but you can see through the world. There's already a war going on in the Middle East. It's been. People are being killed every day. The U.S., it's going to happen. 100% it's going to happen. The big shit's happening before the election. We already know that. There's not going to be an election. That's a prediction that I'm making the way it's traditionally done. Ain't no fucking way that's happening. Ain't no way. It is what it is. You know, ain't no way we're going to go through election. It's going to go just like it normally does. And on TV, they're going to have the winner. And then Trump's going to come in and be inaugurated if it's him or Biden. It's just not, it can't be Biden because then it's going to be a big fucking problem. And that might be the way they're going to go. Who knows? But you can't have a real ID and you can't have a federal ID program and a state ID program without this change. You can't do it. You can't. They're already setting it up for whatever they got done. The federal and state separation, which is happening 100%. On top of all this Eclipse shit, cutting Xing this bitch out. There's a federal and state territory. And all the people that say, oh, we need to write like a constitution, all the other shit. No, the fuck we don't. We just need to go back to the foundations of it and get back to the bare bones of it and keep it the way it is. People don't realize that federal control, whether you like it or not, keeps the states, which inflict all the tyranny, in check. You ever heard of state property, right? Your state property. If there's a state constitution and they don't follow it, and them motherfuckers don't follow the federal constitution, where do you think the most tyranny is coming from? The fucking states. All right? People don't understand the law. That's why they can come out and say some stupid shit like that. Not to mention, there's an international covenant that's in play here too. I don't really talk about it much because people don't understand it. People don't realize that's the true protections right now in the United States. All right? But they don't go there because the Constitution supersedes, in a sense. But actuality, the supreme law of the land is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. But that's civil rights and political rights, not inherent rights. That's when the Constitution upholds your inherent right as a fucking human being, aka blood flowing human being. Okay? Whether people want to believe it or not, it's right there. That's where you get protections right now from. If we would have went there truthing and went that way, we would be in a better position. Or they would have been had a little civil war because we done figured it the fuck out and we came together. We're like, no, we're not playing any of your games no more. They would get frustrated and they would like, okay, well, what the fuck? Or we would have just weakened them power. They wouldn't be big government. They'd be small government, you know? Nah, bitch, we don't need all these motherfuckers. What we got all these motherfuckers doing all this shit. We the people, right? We call the shots. We don't need all y'all up here. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. You get out of here. You get your ass out of here. You don't come tell us what to do. We tell you what to do, motherfucker. That you just come preach of what the people want. That's it. Shut the fuck up after that, or we'll remove you off the stage. You see all the security, it ain't for us anymore. That shit's to keep you in check. That's how it's supposed to be. People like, Russia is communist. China is communist. Look at their fucking constitution. No, it ain't. They've been taken over by the same people that have taken this bitch over. And the constitution still says what it says. Go read this constitution. Read the constitution of Russia Federation. Read the constitution of China. Read the Mexican constitution. Read other nations' constitution. Read Canada's. Ain't none of that shit supposed to be going on up in fucking Canada. They're already in play taking over, motherfucker. What can't you see? What happened in China is happening here, but it just happened back in the 1600s. Opioid, drugs. That's why your ass is dead, because we not going back to that shit. Bitch, you dead, motherfucker. That's what they're doing over here. Which, that shit, it should be. That shit's killing people, man. We don't need none of that shit here. We let them flip it. When if there is laws that state point blank period. Okay. Let me just read this shit real quick, and then people can shut the fuck up and stop talking this nonsense, right? We're gonna go right to the bullets. Hold on. We're gonna go right to the bullets. Constitutional case laws, where you can't even wiggle your way around the shit. All right. Okay. Hold on. Well, let me get it. Give me 1 second, and because I'm gonna end it with this shit. Okay. In U.S. versus Minker, Supreme Court of the United States, 1795. As much as every government is an artificial person, an abstraction. Look up these words if people don't know them. And a creature of the mind only. A government can interface only with other artificial persons, the imaginary, having neither actuality nor substance. It is foreclosed from creating and attaining parity with the tangible. The legal manifestation of this is that no government, as well as any law, agency, aspect, court, etc., can concern itself with anything other than corporate artificial persons and the contracts between them. Bitch, that means they ain't got no business anywhere doing anything in your motherfucking life. Nobody can talk to me when that says that. You can't come talk to me about anything, about nothing to do with understanding what kind of fucking system we in, if you don't know those principles. Now ask how the fuck they got here. Our ignorance. We unignorize our ass. If that's not even a word, but I just created it. We ignorantize our ass. That's where the change would have came. And when you know this shit, you hit home runs all fucking day long. But all right, man, I got here. Curiosity kills the cat. And just look up the word solar eclipse and break them motherfuckers down. Why would anybody want to be abandoned? Want their soul in a position of vulnerability. So peace and love. Thank you, Angel. Shout out to all you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later.